Welcome to An Exile. I'm Doug. This is where we give you good news. And this is kind of good news, but I don't know. Mostly that our man George, made it on national television.
At an election security hearing tonight, Governor Hobbs now says she's considering legal action against the lawmaker at the center of all of this.
No, I'm not involved with the Sinaloa cartel. I'm not taking bribes from them, and I'm not laundering their money.
In Arizona, public officials accepting bribes include members of the legislature.
We already reported on this, and we went ahead with this person's testimony, and we had to already walk it back and apologize for it. So this is it hit the news after we did our report, and they're kind of saying the same thing, that the testimony doesn't add up.
The unsubstantiated accusations against the governor and literally thousands of other elected officials, judges, and private citizens made during a hearing on election security now have a life of their own on social media.
This shows how we have to be very careful with our news. I have to be very careful with this channel just to maintain what little credibility I have.
Arrest Katie Hobbs was trending 3 days after the hearing.
We're having these circus.
Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. It's George. How is he on TV and I'm not on TV? George made it on TV. Look at him. By the way, how in the world can you call YouTube CommieTube and then he's on TikTok, which is literally owned by the Communist Party?
That is a culmination really of 2+ years of defamation of me and other election officials and other.
Okay, this is the rough part because they're using this one really bad, wrong news event to make it look like any Republican who has ever had a claim against Katie Hobbs is also some kind of a weirdo.
Leaders, and it is irresponsible for this to be allowed.
Her testimony, arranged by Republican State Representative Liz Harris.
She's someone who I've had on my show years ago, and so they're deciding if they want to go after her or not. Look, she could always just step down and it goes away, but they may have to lawyer up.
A freshman lawmaker from Chandler who believes both Kari Lake and Donald Trump
are great candidates.
We got to be very careful. We were supposedly in a hearing working on elections, and the Arizona legislature is not a prosecutorial or investigative body.
Republican State Senator Ken Bennett, a committee member, called for the testimony to stop. Republican leaders quickly denounced Harris, but there's been no action taken against her, leaving the governor to consider her options.
We're certainly looking at ways that we might be able to take action.
In a statement, Representative Harris said in part, the testimony was not sufficient to substantiate these extraordinary claims.
So Harris herself could be seen doing the cut signal to the witness, saying like, no, we're done. And she said that it wasn't substantiated. So Wendy Rogers walked it back. Liz Harris walked it back. And that's good. I never want to say anything about Katie Hobbs that isn't true or hasn't been confirmed.
But in the conspiracy theory world the representative appears to inhabit, that may be too little, too late. Mark Phillips, ABC 15.
Whoa, it's George again. George got on TV twice, hitting the big time. But, we got to tighten up our game, guys. They'll come after you, man. I don't want to have people coming after me. I'm Doug in Exile.